to teach it as such. So I want to go through a few bits and pieces on that. I know some of what I do in terms of warm-up is different to some of the senseis, certainly different to the people in Durham, but the principles, to some degree, are what matters. The reason I want to do this is because it's one of the most neglected parts of our training. So please sit comfy, don't get your legs up, so I'm about to start before the day. It's one of the most neglected parts of our training. I see people sometimes just going through growth, not really focusing on what they need to be doing, not doing their movements purposefully, and not getting themselves prepared. So when we do the warm-up, the idea is to get warm, obviously. We become more mobile by loosening up. We get our minds ready for training. And we also learn some Aikido moves when we're doing the Aikitai. So there's a lot in there that will transfer over to the training for the rest of the day. So it's important. And for the ones of us who are a bit further down the line, age-wise, it's also important in terms of reducing the risk of injury that we become more mobile. It is not a time for trying to increase your flexibility. That's at the end of the class. You know, if you want to go on some stretches afterwards when it's warm and everything's working, that's great. So at the beginning of the class, we get warm, prepare our mind, prepare our bodies, but we're not trying to increase our range of motion, this kind of thing. So we'll do a warm-up, there'll be a few bits where I stop and say, you know, some sort of instruction or what have you. Okay? So find a space, please. So next, forwards. Those of you who said, Shusha from Sense of Earlier, you'll have said before, the neck's not supposed to really go backwards. It compresses the vertebrae there, so just take it up to vertical. Side to side. Close to the ears if you can. Very much down to the individual. Try and make it so that your shoulders are actually doing some proper work in the brain. Across. We're quite deliberate when we do this, because I say you're not warm yet, not flexible yet. So if you start pulling these about, you've got more chance of doing some damage. You rotate it across something, that hits. Stretch up, stretch over, so the hand behind your back is pushing and the hand here is going over. Now lift your body up, away. Breathe out here. Okay, so we're going to do circles. Now these circles, it's okay, so it's not like this. The idea is you're hinging. So you're hinging and you're moving forward, so you're stretching forward here, and then you go around and look back. When you're going around, you want to try and stretch as if someone's pulling your arms, rather than compressing the base of your spine. So when we're hinging here, obviously stops falling over, and then when we go around, just try and make a bigger circle as you can going around, like that. I'm not trying to compress this here. I'm going to reach up and back this way, and then go back here. That makes sense? Okay, so like someone's pulling your arms rather than compressing the lower spine. Bring down here, down, breathe in. Go to your left. When I do this, I have the toes facing in the same direction. I want my knee in line for line here. We're off from this one, which is fine. I like to do this here. What I'm trying to do, I'm doing some work on the balls of my feet. So when this goes here, and the other thing is we're doing the front of here, hip flexor here. So keep your posture up. One of the mistakes we make when we're doing warm-up is we make allowances. So if I'm going down here and I lean forward, then this takes the pressure off my hip flexor. Whereas when I start to bring my torso back up straight, I can feel that stretch. So the stretch elements of your abdominals here, but also has the effect here. And what we do is, we feel like we can do more than we are. What we're actually doing is compensating. So as soon as I go forward here, I'm compensating, it goes up. I want this to go up here. And then as I lower down, I can feel a nice stretch. Nice stretch, not too much. Okay? We'll go down. And to the front, same again. If you lean forward, you're compensating. You want to be pushing your hips forward as low as you can. As soon as you have to start doing this, you've gone too far. So be purposeful about it. And then over this side. If you make those turn further, it will have an effect on the lower leg as well as the upper leg. So we're working on the hamstrings now. Change. Change. Right, so work with the feet, toes, forward and backwards. It's one of the areas where it causes people problem when you come in terms of coming back up onto your toes. If this bit here is mobile enough, people struggle to come back onto the toes. Other side. Down like this, and just lean forward, weight on here, and what I do now is work on the ankle joint. So trying to get that ankle joint moving forward there. So you put your heel into the ground. You can measure this if you use a wall, for example. You can see how far you can get your foot away. Toes away from the wall, and you can look at how you can change that and make this better. And change. Then if you lift your heel up, you just compensate. Okay, so stand. So, those sets of toes pointing to back wall there, so we're not in Kamai, those sets of toes pointing in the same direction, both feet are in the same direction. So turn your right foot, there you go. And again, driving that heel into the ground, the back one, lean forward, you're going to get a stretch on the hamstring, Achilles, that kind of area there behind. Back, forward, interchange. And that's it. Okay, now knees, backward forwards. So, put your left leg. Clench your glutes. Push it forward. You get a stretch again on the hip flexor. Going good at once. Before we sit along, the exercising, whether it's a steering wheel or a desk, and the front of your legs, the short, use these muscles at the front, the flexors here, the short, change, and cause all sorts of problems. They have an effect on how far you can stretch back. This one obviously has an effect on what you do with your ankles and those little stabilising muscles down there. So, breathe out, you can come in, breathe out in. Just like you do when you take the technique. Change. When someone's applying technique to breathing out. Also, it's worth when you do this to fully extend the other way, so you get the balance stretch. You're going all the way this way and all the way back. And this time, Nikyo. So you bring your little finger towards your nose, push that elbow down, breathe in. Breathe out. Change. What sometimes we do breathing exercises. I don't tend to do it as a separate thing. That's good or not, but the reason I don't is try and do this throughout the process of the warm-up. So when I'm warming myself up, breathing out here. Sankyo, same again, breathe out here. What we're trying to do here is replicate what's being done by a partner and replicate what we'd like to do to a partner. Change. What's it next? Stretch, alternate hands. And keep your shoulders down into this, so again, acting towards what's happening when you're on the mat or on the mat. If I start doing this is what I'm practicing, don't want to do that, keep the shoulder down and focus on the bit that working on here. This. Okay, let's forward, you know, like that. So, nice and back in. We do kites first, so Kaiten, when you don't know how to practice it, just a pivot to the start, when you take down, you're just pivoting, your hips are driving this forward, with Kamai changes as you move through the process, through that movement. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change posture, knee high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same posture, so we're going to do 10 count. 10 count is that, followed by withdrawal of the leg. So we step forward, no, we're not. We do the kiting, and we're drawing the leg here. This way, here. Okay? So, 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change posture. We got it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do ribbon 10 count. Ribbon 10 count. We step forward. Forward. We're not prepping for the 10 count. Moving forward, for whatever reason, we're now doing the 10 count. So we've got that part we've just done. Step forward, then we're going to do the kiting, fall back round the leg. As in, the 10 count there. So we step forward, not like this. The same. So I'm moving from Stockport on Wednesday evening. I don't know why, back in the way back, I used to do this exercise. I'm not going to why it goes like where I look down like, no idea what it's all about. This kind of pivoted thing, like this little pirouette, no idea what it's for. Totally pointless, but this is a forward step. If I go here, and I'm already committed to doing something, I don't want to be committed. I want to be looking, and then, whatever's happening, then I will decide to do the 10 count or not. So step forward, the ribbon, then 10 count. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change posture. Moving down line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, so one of the ways to prepare our minds is by listening, rather than getting in the habit of doing something by rote, just kind of, well, I'm doing these in the time I want to do them, as opposed to listening to the instruction. Part of that, part of preparing your mind. So we're going to do Suryash. So, you got it in mind. Suryash is one we use often. Using the weapons, we're coming off the centre line, we're striking back onto centre line. We'll come up here, and I'm looking to not get hit by whoever, and then strike back through that. If I'm just going to show them here, then I don't want to get hit. But equally so, this is no good. This is what people often do, so we go like this. And when you've got someone there, you go, I can now see it's not much copy. So what we're doing is coming off here, and then we're striking back off. Comes off, and we're here. This is the technique. It's when our exercises have to work when we have a partner with us. There's no point in doing an exercise and then having to do something different when you have a partner, when someone's trying to hit you. Because that's not the time to be having to think about that move. I don't want to be having to practice like this, and then when someone comes in, go, what should I do? So as he's coming in, then so stand up, Gary, am I? 1, back, 2, 3, bring down 4, bring down 5, bring down 6, same posture, bring down 4, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. Thank you. Right, we're going to do some Aikikai. Aikikai. 3 lines, please. Standing up then becomes easier. So there's a reason for it. It's not just the thing we go through. The idea is to try and link them to your training. Same with this. So the time ankle here. So he's driving nice and strong. I've got this unflexible arm here. Everything has to stay in my center. So I'm starting to feed this idea that I'm going to go in the same direction apply one stuff. This item we did earlier on that becomes 10 hands, same thing. Here, both hands. So I don't want to move back. We've just done this. And then I don't want to kind of go, this is no good. So when we're training, we do this, we feel it, some vibrancy. This is in front of your centre, pushing here. So your centre's pushing. So don't want this, I don't want this to disconnect. Don't let it disconnect here. I want to keep this in front of my centre, there, turn, and then here. Then when I go back for him, I want him to know that I'm there, and it just gives me that little bit of an edge. Now, the class really big, really strong. So if I do this, finish, and then I come here, like this, it's already got an edge. What I'm trying to do is I've done my time and head curl, and then to give myself the edge on the next one, I'm putting it here. So now he's not on the front foot quite so much. Here, both hands, shoulders down. Okay, this is like this, like this. Okay, so same again, we've got this idea. James comes in, tries to take me here, so we've got this unbendable arm, uncollapsible arm here. If I go, so we're in the back stretch now, here. If I go too directly, then it's force against force, might win, might not. If I go here, we go 90 degrees-ish, yeah, this is too much. So we're going in here, trying to drive this in there, foot up, here, turn, swing it, so I'm we make a stretch. If I go here, and now James has to pull, well, this is the wrong direction for me. I'm trying to go in and drop the centre, get this idea of lowering. If I take my partner further than he can hold his own body weight, he's not getting the back stretch now, and I'm actually pulling up. So I'm going the wrong way. So when we go in here, we really try to reverse it. I have to feel where he has to go with me, not him. See this sometimes, we forward. Then I want to do my bit. So here, there, and I have to feel. Now at this point, I can start feeling some tenseness coming into his back. So this is the length of his stretch. No point in going any further. Here, again, moving here, keep extending, straight. Here, take this posture. Shoulders down, extending. And then this needs to be transferred into your technique. So don't forget what you do. Okay, thank you very much. Stop. So remember to react. So we're going to do a technique at the moment, and now here, on the entry. We normally more often we do it with this to blend with it. I want to go to the really option. One of the dangers with this is that as I do this, I'm going to leave this down on purpose. As I do this, but even don't do that for a second. So if I do this like this, his body turns. His body turns. So do this out. So we've got to make sure that what we're doing is the body is doing this. I don't want my partner's body to be turning towards me in the opposite hand. I want to negate that when I do this entry here. So this is back to what Surya did in the wall here. Everything's off centre line. Don't go like this. Keep me. I don't know what you say anymore, but keep me. Oh, that's sensitive. It's not just your next double wing. Okay? I'm not trying to put it down. I'm just trying to take his posture here and make sure you come back with that second hand. Okay? This is down on purpose. I'm training, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So this is off the centre line here. If I go in like this, even a little bit, he's got an opportunity there with his back leg. So I want this back leg so we can move off the centre line. That's one. Two. If this is high, this is rising up, this is no good. I want this to be down, and I'm sinking in here. I'm not trying to hack at this. What I want to do is move into my centre here, just drop. So it's coming in, that's that. But it's coming in here, you've got this idea moving forward. Don't forget this backhand of this is really dangerous, or can be. So this has got to mean something here. Yeah, good. If I'm here, I'm laying. This is why we do the 10 count. So the 10 count is because after move this way. What I want to do here, as soon as he raises, I'm moving in here, this way, this here. Side, off center line, there. Any questions? Okay, so this time, and this will be more of this going here. Move again, that's it. You create space behind you. Put your shoulder more to the ground. I've gone in here, just start to slip it down. If I take it too far, I'm going to have to change to a different technique. Just here, move through, Kaizen, there, finish it. It's all about legs. So, practice. Going push bigger, push shoulders down. If I try and make this all about what I'm doing with these here, everything's squared up here, all this, won't work. Won't work, it's too strong. Here, we'll go here. Now try and push everything down. Push your hips. These are sunk, these are nice and low. Relax, they're not like this, they're just nice and relaxed. And then they move through. And then they drive this through here. It's not that I'm trying to get behind Gary's arm and then trying to lift. Look, that's that. I'm not trying to go here. Right, got behind him now. Now I'll do the arm movement. That's not what it's about. I've got here. My hips do all the work. So they're driving this. Remember when we talked about this? Here. This, same thing, all working around together. And here, we keep connecting. This is where the contact's made, but this is not where the connection is. The connection is there. This is what moves it. If I'm trying to do this, just with my arm, my shoulders won't work in what it is. So we've got to try and move here. There. So, again, focus on your hips. Okay, so coming in here, this has got to move from here. This arm over the front of the Scotch wrist. The movements are the same. Here. This is the same. If we do the floor applications, we'll go here, and the actual application will be like this. It says an opinion on that, don't it? We don't do this. We don't do this application. This is a traditional application, but it's not one we would do. We would do more than a kilo one. It's usually used against the knife. The reason it was created. If I go like this, it's a double-edged blade, and you can cut. Every time you have someone to there, so here, the idea with this is the blade is pointing further away. That's what it was built. What you can see that. So I said, move the same, the hips going in here, this though goes on top, move through again, hips again. And I'll finish this safe on the mat, put this behind his back, don't be trailing, his arms trailing out, finger broken that way, just stood on. So it's nice and safe here, come away. Thank you very much. People coming up the window, people get warm. Right?
I can't reach you.
I nearly said we have tall people, but tall people also. Okay. Thank you. about, am I going straight in here? And the answer is no, not right. So, still coming in here, you're not emphasising it so much. Remember, this is supposed to be against the knife, so the really good doing is just the knife here, so more of the focus is where the blade would be. Still though, when we go like this, you still have that and that. So it's more this. So this is moving towards the face, to get something to think about, and then moving over here. I know a couple of people last night, and I didn't make a point, so we're not neglecting that part at all, certainly not emphasising it, because this is where the danger is. So I'm going here, moving up. Okay, right, so moving over, here, this time. Same style. This hand, moving here. So I'm not going to deep. I'm certainly doing that second shuffle. And here, and moving here, there. One of the mistakes we make, so when we're at it, is we go past this shoulder, so backwards. Scott's front shoulder, if I go here, I go past this, and I'm not doing anything with the upper body, then I have to change how to do. So what I want to do is, as you drawing this down, this is moving forward earlier in the process. So if I'm here, remember I said we've not gone as deep this time, this is going here, this is going straight to his head, rather than here, forward. Now it's no good. We do something else, rather than something around. So if you let me join forward, both hands, really forward. So here, join yourself down. Both hands are finishing there, protecting yourself. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so last time when I've got here and I've been in front this way. Finds the way we've gone past it. Gone from the circle to the bring it to the shoulder. This is so important. I can't say, I cannot emphasise how important it is to get the head to the shoulder here. If you drop your partner into the crook, unless he decides it's okay, it's going to be difficult. I don't want to make life difficult for myself. So we're here, drawing this to my shoulder, keep it on my shoulder, step through the mat. This can be here, or it can be here. So, the head's going that way, the lower one is going that way. Scissor movement. Okay, thank you very much, Scott. Please, last one. So, this time, coming in. This, one of the mistakes people make is it's too up in the shoulders. So all morning, use your hips, drop your hips. If I come in with someone and I'm using my shoulders and my arms here, this will all go up. So you have to make this work, heavy arm, heavy body. This is dropping in. So it's important that I come off centre line, this is no good. If you lift his left leg up, so right leg, so this is why you trying to go here, there. Or, no, never mind. Here, this way. Remember, I don't want shots to turn. Everything's going. Okay? Last few minutes, please. Yeah. That's it. Just a couple of things before I start. Since we're talking this morning about the heavy hands, the hands are going to be heavy. So I noticed when we were doing the reenactment that people are doing a little bit like this. There's no extension, there's no effort, no energy whatsoever in this. This has got to be heavy. To be heavy to do with reenactment. Or do any technique. The technique's got to be heavy. But if I'm doing quite straightforward reenactment, coming this way, and we've got no extension in this hand, I'm just going down top. You'll get this. This is going to be going forward. So when I'm doing it goes forward, the energy is going forward, down my arm, and it extends. So that's one of the things I noticed when people doing a reenactment. One of the other things I noticed as well, they do a lot of this. A full turn. Really have to go forward. So if Scott's stood on that line, I want to go where Scott is. So I'm going to keep moving. I don't turn. The hips do all the work. I'm going to go through. So it's not a turn. The only time I turn is from the crook of my hand, heavy, go heavy. Turn. Step. Okay. I just want to get that out of the way. So, you'll hear me talk about using the body as one unit. As you start off as a beginner, you break everything down. 1, 2, 3, 4, to get the fundamentals of where you're going and what you're doing. As you start progressing, your body works as one. Yeah? So when the hips go, the hands go. Yeah? Everything works as one. So if you're a shoulder touch, beginners do this. We move through, so we know where the body's going. Mid, raises, taking, mid. So you know where your body should be going. As you progress, all the body works as one unit. Everything's one. One move. Slowly. Every time you receive this, you bring it back to looking. My shoulders up, it's called strong. It's hard work. So stretch, move it out. Basics. The strong also comes back to your body. It's strong. Keep going. See the time is so important in the elbow. Cuts. Everything cuts. Another issue that people have when you do here, you do this, you get here and you push down. Nothing's happened with the hips. My hips need to connect with my hand. Forward. So the hips go forward. Doing this. Probably can't see the movement as much because it's condensed. The idea is the hips do the movement. So he's pushing down on his arm. It's not that. Both hands raised. So focus on your hips. If you're in Aikikai, your body works as one complete unit. Cue grades, you break it down in stages. So here, move in, pick up balance, back down. Okay? Practice. Small groups. Don't grab. Slowly, you won't grab it. It's too quick. The movement's too quick. So reflect. I will take and into the movement. So deflecting the movement from here. Everything deflects. Go, just hold. If you try to grab, you won't do it. You're going to damage yourself. This. So if we're going for grabbing all the time, that's all we will try and do. So the hands have got to be aligned. You've got to be aligned. Get this type of feel. Squeezing your shoulder. 2 more minutes. Make sure you're not grabbing. It's got to deflect. Deflect, collect, go through with the EQ. Okay, quick grabbing. So same thing. Stop along. Go in. So you've gone through the EQ. It's called body. So my body's back in. When you do Sankhya, people get this and they do this. Technique's not off. That's all they do is walking around it. So when you get to this position, if you do so, the hips do the work. So it's the idea that hips. If you bring it back up. For this technique, you don't need to. Go for it. At that point, that's when I get the Sankhya. When my body drives through to push it forward, that's when I get the Sankhya. I'm not standing back up. Thank you, still on. It's so important for your body to move you forward, to take you all up off balance. Feel pressure all the way through the technique. If there's a point where the pressure is not there, he'll react. He's got to feel the pressure's on him all the time. Think about your body going forward again. Off that centre line, so we go direct into it, and move. Off the centre line. So we're here. So keep contact. Contact. Back to small group. So it's still this reflect, collect, hands is still there. Yeah. When you're doing when you do the 10 count version, just so you can feel it in your hips. Yeah. Get the power generated from the hips. It's not coming from the hips, it comes from the shoulders. It's in your shoulders. Strong. Too strong. The movement comes from the hips. So here, both hands deflect. Down. Hips. Keep following this. When people get coat gash, and they do coat gash, they do this. All this distance between my hips is wrists at arm's length. And they say, oh, it's too far away. Look at move here. I move my center towards his wrist. Or you see this. When they're trying to throw. So it's a wrist throw. So step in. Step in. I move my center towards his wrist. So if you can take the ukemi, it's well. At this point, if I bring stop round, and I bring it round, and he's full plants, now he's regained his balance. The idea is, as I bring it round, so your timing's going to be right. Your timing and blending. If you haven't got there, you're not going to be able to do it. Because you'll be out, and you're just going to be one. You're going to be trying to do a technique. He puts the technique on himself. Can't take the ukemi. No problem. Collect. Keep it low. Move down. Move the elbow round towards you. In. If you can't take the full ukemi, you feel quite confident in doing half of it. All it is roll. So cube raise. So roll. That's all it is. As you progress, here. Okay. Practice small group. Deflect, collect. Yeah. So the front hand deflect. This one collects, but both hands work together. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's not 1, 2. It's everything is one. Unless you're a cube rate. Then you need to break it down to get the fundamentals of where the body needs to go. As you progress, it's one. The body works as one unit. The smoother it can be, the more powerful it can be. And the technique works more better for yourself. So, deflect, collect. The second hand collects it. Here. So my hands are blank. They're not going. Body needs to be fluid. So I'm 10 hands at the same time. generate. If you are struggling to do it, strength. It's too strong. Yeah? Collect. Same time. Practice. Nothing's changed. The hands have still got to work as one. Yeah? The body works as one. The hands are going to be heavy. They've got to be heavy in the way that we practice. They're not heavy, just because what we do. It's this feeling, this heaviness. Everything is here. The both hands work as one thing. Really nice. Remember what I said about the class started? This extension. It's so non-based. It's not based. Where it feels like you're just falling in the air. It's not perfect. Once you feel that there's energy there, when you get it down. Obviously, when you're with the cue grades, you need to go a little bit steadier. You get the idea of what's cutting, just moving. But as I'm aware of it, should feel heavy all the way through. Yeah. This hand comes with the center. I said to myself this morning about where the hand position is. I do like to take it on the hips. I do like to take this because it moves the hips as I take his head. When I teach this and I say move the hips, not people that do this. When you place the hand on the hip, the hips haven't moved. His hip has got to go forward this way. If he's strong, Andrew, why? It's just enough. It's not to take the wind out of it, it's enough to make the hips go forward as you take the head. Hips. You've already done the hard work. Slowly. You've already done the hard work here. The hips are down low, so I don't want to stand him up. He's already down here. This is travelling. The hips do the work. The hips turn. As his arm goes forward, the hip doesn't. Like we did. Here. Same thing. This. Okay. Heavy. Right. When you do a ring out, you've got to turn the head. The head's got to be turning. It's got to turn this way. I'm not just going through. Keep trying. This is designed to hit here, which turns the head. There it comes now, and there's it comes there. So don't pay lip service to it. I know everybody wants to get to the final bit. One gets this, and one gets this bit of the throat. The bit in the middle. The middle bit that makes all the sense. I haven't got this balance. I can't do it. I'm just going to bounce off it, like I said to that this morning. You're just going to flash, you're going to bounce. Everything needs to be moved. This is turning. This is turning. So size and ability and how long you've been training. How long have you been training? do that in 6 months. Pretty good.
Now line up.
Well, you guys on the last side. Oh yeah, well, yes, some people will eat in this, so yeah.
So if you want to just make yourself ready for a photo, that'd be great then at lunch.
Next class.
Small, short.
Pushing. Centre. Slightly different variations. You want to do something with this. Want to get the idea of it. Just pushing strong. Heavy hand again. Heavy hand. So the hips turn. Not this. Body works one unit. Do this. Practice. This lead hand comes up my centre. Here. Turn. So we're taking his energy. His energy is coming this way. It's pushing. Centre. Variation, accepting his energy. It's this. Foot to center, turn. Foot, turn. Easiest way to describe the feeling of where this hand goes is to drink. We all know that. It's trying to push it. This is the strongest place that his hands can be. Once it starts moving out here, it's gone. It's too much energy. It's trying to work. He's doing all the work. Hips work. Hips do all the turning, does all the work. And you just really control his energy. The easiest way to describe this comes at my centre, take a drink, turn the hips, everything happens with one movement. It's one complete movement. It's the body works first, nothing else. It works as one complete unit. So when the hips turn, the hands need to be. We don't put walking like this. Everything's here. Yeah? So the body works as one. Practice.
this, comes up the centre here, rolls the shoulder, and goes. Come out here, see how it's acting, what is that with? So this comes to the centre. So the balance needs to go. Balance here. Feet step in, here. So it's a zigzag. It's a zigzag motion. From here, here. Hips do the work as well. Everything's one. Okay, small moves. Tension at the very careful in the same thing. You've got to be a different technique. So, some good technique here. This way, this is the move now. So, move on his shoulder. Tension at. So, there's a difference. It's a very fine difference. So, we're now doing tension at. I've got to be sure that I'm doing tension at. I'm moving it, shoulder, down and down. There's that fine line of where the hand position is. Moving. So when you create it, and you're actually doing tension at, it's got to look like tension at. If you're going through all the time, especially if you've got this damp problem, it won't let you breathe. You know what I mean? So you've got to identify which one it is. I'm doing what things tension acting all the time. I'm doing this. So I need to move. Need to move the shoulder. Make sure you identify which is which when you're doing it. Okay, practice again. This time, hips circle. Move up that line. Take it towards the centre. Don't be too stiff in your wrist. Your hands have got to be more like that to work. Breathe. Circle that's going on. We're on this centre line here. Circle all the centre line. Going centre there. That's basics for beginners. Okay? And very good stuff. So wait, when it's a little bit, just kind of the circle is a lot sharper. Move at the end. Still doing the same thing. One set line, circle. Small circle. So if you're with a beginner, do a big circle, feed it back in. If somebody that's a bit more high grade, short circle, still from the hips. Okay? Practice. Okay. Don't go too stiff when you're doing, especially this one. Strong. I'm not putting any effort into it. I'm hard work. But if I think about it, bring it back to my centre. Now we're using the hips to do the work. It's easier. Once you start tensing when you do a technique, it restricts you for what you want to do. So your hands are going to go on. Also got to be nice and cool as well. So everything you yeah, what is what doing. Where the hips go, the hands go. Everything down. Keep your hands nice and loose to the wrist. When you put technique on, relax, breathe. Remember one of the old years ago, we used to say, come on, we used to lean in, come on, take on into it, not backing off, go strong. So relax with it, relax out. It keeps generating. Small groups, be careful where you throw in. This group is continuing, locked in, hips. This is extended into elbow. My hips rock back. As it rocks back, it goes forward. In. So it rocks on the elbow. It's not up here. It's not this. This is the anchor point. This is on the elbow. This is on here. This is the anchor point. This rolls in, rolls here. Because it's an arm. This rolls in here. This is my anchor point here. Gets him on his toes. As I roll this hip back, go slow. Simple as this. Back and forward. Hold over. Check here everyone. So then close, everything works together. This. Hips forward. Just be careful in the elbow.
Obrigado, Thomas. It's actually, in terms of the movement that we're going to be using, I haven't. So from here, I haven't. So, if someone were to spend some time going through the videos here, the single most used word by a long way will be hips. And I suspect the second most used phrase will be something along the lines of drop your shoulders. So when you're thinking about this, use your hips, not your shoulders. But since it's often I've said all day, really, really important. As soon as you start going like this, not this, here, receive it. So what I'm doing, when Scott's coming in here, I'm accepting this, playing with it to help draw him on, and go and say, his posture. What I don't want to do, is let him go past me, yes, that's good. So I still want to keep this idea of Aikikai, that we talked about first thing. So when you're coming in, I don't want to just accept it, not with this. Still got the idea of the reservoir, but here. So this stays the same, this is my space, but move my hips. Here, and thank you. Nick your glutes, please. Let me try that. The posture is starting with the Aikikai. This is the posture starting. Yeah, this is the posture. So I'm starting Aikikai. I'm actually, what I'm saying is I'm moving in to do it, and I have weight. So I'm really starting from basic. From here, and then here, and now I'm on this time here. Couple of things. Huge amount of this. So it's the thoughts we were talking about in the last session. Session before. Look, if you're doing basic, keep on. Go here. There. And I want to take this posture. I want to use this posture. I don't want to go. Take this posture. And get like that. Don't take a picture of that. Always conscious of what pictures to take. So, here, look, keep it low, take it low, and keep it low. So you really want to do it. So although when we play on the move, that does not mean that we're getting rid of the basics. The idea is, we have key basic, learn from here, what's the movement? So from here, find the way out, what's on top, I like to control this. Here, don't like to come in. This one. Over here, this is basics, it's static. Sit comfortably by the way. So now we move on to what stage? Here. We've got this blend. This is what we should be progressing towards. Again, it's always about one movement here. But still, still trying to overpower him. His job is to overpower him when they or something like that. My job is to overpower him. So I still want him to feel something is there, same as posture. Okay? Again, please. So, I was going to do the video I've been told that people's hands are sore. So, but once you've done this, you know, from here, all the rest just fall into place. So it's really fast. So, we're here. So, we're going to do the reunite. As long as you know which one you're doing, and why. So we put the sign in here, we go here, just like we did for Aikido, now we move around the back. Take his head to your shoulder, just bring the floor. Take his head to the shoulder. It's just a point I like to make sometimes about the role of looking. So, my job here is to give him a good firm attack. My job's not to go for him. My job's certainly not to give him with my sensor. That said, I don't want to try and fight him or to hold him. It's his turn next. But the other thing is I want to make sure that whilst he's doing whatever he's doing, I'm looking at my posture for me, not for him, for me. Which hopefully, touch wood, should help him. So as he's going, this is how I'm doing this. When I'm looking to try, I want to try and be in a position that I can do this. Every time, this comes back to the wall. When I was talking about the warm-up, those exercises earlier on, and doing those properly, this is why. Because without some ability, this is more challenging. So my you know, I'm not trying to fight him. If he has to let go, that's my job. If I go like this, not thank you very much. See, it's not changed from the first episode, is it? From the first session this morning, we took advantage. But so he can't do it negative. I go like this. He can't do it negative. Yes, but he can do something else. So what I need to do for him and for him is keep my posture here. Because while I'm standing up, he's going to look at me like this. And now I'm going to try to get back in him. And all that works for him. Trying to do his rebellion. I'm not trying to stop him doing the rebellion. I'm trying to let him know what he's doing. And keep myself at the same time feeling. So I'm not moving away. I'm not moving away from him. I'm going over here. What's the point of that? Exactly. When he comes up here, I'm looking at him. He's got to move now, because I'm potentially ready. And then as he's doing this, I also actually want to do this. I'm looking to try and figure what's next for me. He's got to do that. good at being taught, to get good at being lucky. We shall learn so much. A, you protect yourself. A long time ago, when I was looking for Mr. Hemmings, and he was a lot of police, he was loving me all over the place. It was fantastic. It was it, so I loved it. And then one day I went, just these questions to me. And I'm not actually sensitive. I used to talk about, even then, muscle memory and all the rest of it. But my muscle memory is teaching me to go and try and hit someone before on the floor. That's what my muscle memory do. Hit someone on the floor. It felt great. But I needed to progress that for myself. And then I learned there's so much more to learn when I'm looking. And then I get more out of it, I get more bang for my buck if I'm paying. And instead of getting, half an hour, because if you think about it, you've got an hour and a half in the wall, it's 20 minutes gone. Your senses teaching probably a third of what's left, so another 20 minutes. And then you're looking for 20 minutes. So there's 60 minutes or so, 60 minutes or so gone, where you're not actually throwing someone. So you've got half an hour. So you're paying, and if you're not focusing on when you do warm-up, if you're not focusing on when the parts of the time when you're looking, then you're losing a full 2/3 of your value in training. If you want to look at it from a financial point of view, if you want to look at it from a progression point of view, then you could progress that much quicker. You can learn things. Once you've learned to fall, then you can learn so much, particularly if you're taking from your sensei. And I've said to people on Wednesday night when I used to look for sensei rightly, I used to be far more confident to say, this is what he's doing. And now I'm watching, and I'm a little bit, I think this is what he's doing. So when I was on the end, I used to know what he'd done. I could feel it. Now I'm going, that's what I've seen. I might miss his feet, I might miss his hands, I might have missed any number of things, whereas I used to know what happens to me. So try and make that work for me. Okay, so back to the women Aikikai, think about what you're doing as a kid as well as talk. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sala. Okay, so next, the one I'm doing is a notice. So there's quite a few going here and there. There's not one doing. I'm going here. Straight back. So I can do that. This again. There. Do that. Do the back stretch. Go here. Do the back stretch. This posture. Go ankles down. Here. Sorry. Same principle. Here. Going down. This is the same idea. Not going okay? Again. We're not on our toes, not like we're doing Chico. We're here, nice and sensitive. We're here. Keep your armpits closed. In here, up there. In. When I go here, I go there, like this. Remember when I said to golf doing Nikio? Nikio earlier on. And he was saying, use that to help him get up. Go here, to the side, here. Back up. When extend the arms, extend through both. Don't extend through one, pull on another. Extend through both. Here, and then back. And then back. Thank you very much. Let's stay going through this. So remember, all day, it's all about this. Any class you go to, it's all about your hips. Don't use your shoulders. You can't not use your shoulders. You've got the legs. The idea is to keep your shoulders relaxed, which will help you to use this. So my biggest tip, which doesn't sound like a stupid tip, maybe, is keep training. Seriously, the only reason we're here to teach you today is because of thousands, literally thousands of other people who were there before us and stopped. Some of them unfortunately passed away. Others, many, many more, as a ratio, just stopped. And they stopped training. So there were people who were there and they looked up to them. There were some really good guys, and they were awesome, and they were taught. And then they stopped coming. And that's the only reason we're teaching. Because we put time and effort in. That's why Census here teaching, and that's why the association. We've been doing this 49 years this October. And that's why. This is carried on. Unfortunately, and by the way, for our association's training. So, my saying, this is all we go against one of his 12 laws. I paraphrase it is, don't judge yourself by others today, by yourself yesterday. So what he's saying there is, look at your progression. So don't look to be like sensitive today, because you're not going to, I've been trying to do that for over 30 years. And you go, why is that happening? Because the 20 years head start with that is still there. It's never shifted. So you can look at what you did yesterday, and you can look and go, am I listening to my instructors? Am I training more? Am I being conscious about the warm-up, my looking, as toy, all those things? The more you get out of your technique, your classes, the better. But then there are other things you can do off the mat. There's no reason you can't do. You can go off the mat, there's no reason you can't. You certainly do taiji baki, or you're making a brew or something like that. I've said to people before, I know you don't focus when you move particularly on the nerve, it kills me. I find it unbelievably painful. So I spent years driving like this, trying to extend my thumb, my finger rather, on the steering wheel. If it hurts me that much, I'm going to try and hurt someone else. So there are things you can do in your day-to-day life that will help you with your activity. Breathing, with one Simon Stanton would say, lack of breathing is being known to death. I like that one. I laugh when you say, no, so, I want to finish. Thank you. Good. And once again, thanks to everyone for coming. Obviously, we've got people travelling from Durham, from Stockport, we've got anyone Grimsby, Chief Lucky for the day. So thank you for coming and making the day. Our day would be nothing without people here to help and to teach and to train. So it means lots to us that people have travelled to see us on Sunday. It's much appreciated. So we get at least as much from this, from you being here as you do from us. So once again, thank you very much. Just before I go, talking of Stockport, next Sunday, there's a weapons class, 11 to 1, and he has keys. So we'll be on the group chat.
and then the next